Guess who's back again. So yeah, this is me telling myself to do normal makeup. I mean, but I look cute though, so like I'm not mad, you know, I'm not mad about it. Before I even talk about the video today, I really just want to say thanks, because I was not expecting such a lovely response and support, and I'm glad the video was helpful to you. Yeah, so thanks. Today's video is gonna be about pictures, and you know, basically just gonna be showing you guys a few tips and tricks that I do to get really good pictures and how I edit them and the apps I use and things like that. I take my Instagram feed very seriously, if you don't know. I'll insert here my Instagram. Let me jump straight into it with my first tip is take better pictures. You need to take better pictures, because you can't put crap on top of crap. Like, no matter how you edit the photo, it's not gonna look good unless you have a good picture. Like, the lighting needs to be thought. It will help you get a cleaner feed. It will help you to edit them. It will just help your whole aesthetic look better. If your positioning is correct, if the lighting is how you want the lighting to be. So this is a badly lit photo. It's a bad photo. It's not great. The lighting's not good. It looks kind of grainy. As of lately, like, this photo would never make it onto my feed, ever. It's not going on there. But however, same location, but just better lighting. It's just a better photo. You look at this one, you see the lighting's a bit better. We put the flash on, so I'm in focus in this picture. You know, you can see the background really nicely. The positioning is great. This is a photo that would look good after editing, and it would look nicer on your feed as well. So this is my first tip. Take good pictures. Number 2, the second tip is to take multiple photos. I can't stress this enough to you how important this is, because, or, you know, something that's just not perfect about it. And that's it, you've already taken the photos, the day is over, you're back home, like, you can't do anything about that. Take as many photos as possible. You need to have friends that will support you during this, because if you don't have the right friends, I don't know what to say for you. I'm so sorry, like, can't relate, because it gives you more options. So for example, on this day we had this really nice graffiti wall, as you can see here. I will insert pictures. Nice graffiti wall, so we all took photos here, different angles, different distances from the wall and stuff like that. So it's like a close-up, a really long shot, different angles, and then we had the option to upload whichever ones we wanted. And especially if you want to have a really nice feed like me, that sounds a bit arrogant. It's just that I'm not regular. Ooh, I can't stand myself. I make myself so sick. Feed like how mine is, you know, I post in 3s. It just helps with that, because you're taking more than one picture in the same place. So even though they're not the same exact picture, it has the same aesthetics for that, like those set of pictures basically. That's what you want. So that is tip number 2. Take multiple photos. Tip number 3. 3 in the morning, you know so why don't you come? Woo! I would say is to kind of plan. You know, this one is a bit, you know, it's a bit here and there, but you can plan your photo. For example, when I went to Boracay for my birthday, we were only going to be there for 3 days, but I was in Philippines for 3 weeks. So I had to decide, what am I going to take? What am I going to wear for these 3 days? Like, what pictures am I going to take? And I knew I overpacked for it, but I still had an idea of what I wanted to wear. So I looked at pictures of Boracay and I was like, oh, this beach here is pretty. I looked at our hotel and I was like, okay, this is nice. You kind of get a picture of like what it's gonna look like, so you know what you want to wear. You can plan to either complement it, or you can plan to really stand out from that. So if you're going somewhere and it's got a lot of neutral colors and, you know, like cool tones and neutral tones, you could either choose to wear like neutral tones to complement that background and aesthetic if you're going for that, or you could choose to wear something that's completely on the other scale and wear something super bright like red or blue to stand out from it, so it gives you that different dynamic. People think, oh, how many pictures can you take on the beach? It's just the beach. No, there's pictures in the water that will give you a different background. There's pictures at sunset that will give you a different background. There's pictures with the palm trees in the back. There's pictures with just the sand that's white. So it gives you all of these different dynamics. So if I show you my beach pictures, you will see them. And you can just see they all have different vibes, and I match the vibes with the swimsuit. You don't have to plan as extensive as I did then, but that was just because I was going on holiday. I'm showing up and I'm showing out because the irregularity was popping, and it was my 23rd birthday and it was Jordan year. I planned this picture probably like a month before we even went to Philippines. And I literally just wanted a hair flipping photo in the sunset because I wanted those shadow pictures you see on Tumblr and stuff like that. And I managed to get it because of planning. So plan your photos, guys. Tip number 4. Now, this one, it should be standard. You knew it was coming. Editing apps. Editing apps. Ooh, the Rona. Now, I don't think I've uploaded a photo in the last, we're in 2020, in the last 3 years, maybe even longer than that I have not edited a photo at all. Like at all. Like if I've taken a photo and just like straight up uploaded it, I don't think I've ever done that in the last 3 years. I'm not talking about Facetune because I'm not paying for that. The 2 apps I use the most will be Visco and Snapspeed. So I take a photo, I'm happy with the photo, I will bring it into Snapspeed first. But the only thing I use Snapspeed for is actually to, if there's like little things I want to fix. So if I take a picture and I don't know, there's like a mark on my top or something that I only noticed after I took the picture, I can go onto Snapspeed and fix that. And then it looks like it's normal, or it looks good enough to me where I feel like people would not notice it. Once you're done with that, I download that picture and I bring it into Visco. Now, Visco is an app that has the filters. Oh my God. And not all of them are free, but I'm getting to that. I post in 3s. I have to make sure that however I edit my photos is the same for all of the 3 pictures that I'm uploading. If you're just uploading a single picture, then you can edit it however you want to edit it, but Visco has very, very, very good filters. And these ones are the ones that are locked, but you can still actually use them. I'm going to show you how you can still use it regardless of like having to purchase the app or not. So say I want this one. I don't want it on 12 completely. I think I want it on like 8. So put it on 8. That's fine. So now it's on 8. You take it here. You can change the exposure, you know, maybe I think I like the exposure kind of high. You could do the contrast, you have all of this stuff. All you have to do to save this picture, literally, is go onto one of the little things here. And so for example, if I wanted to do like white balance, doesn't even matter. Literally just screenshot it. And there's your picture. So when you upload it, you won't even see the bit at the bottom, or you could just crop it out and that's it, it's done. So my 5th tip, probably my last tip as well, kind of goes with the last one with the editing apps. I always say is to have a vision for how you want your picture to look after you've taken it, after you've edited it. So for example, this picture here, the original photo is good photo and stuff, but it, like the whites weren't, like I wanted to look like, oh sorry, that is privilege. Her clothes have privilege, you know what I'm saying? That's how I wanted it to look. So all I did was edit it to make the white stand out more. And that's literally all I changed with that photo, and it made it look better. Up to the exposure, if I take it down, this is how it looked naturally, but I wanted it to be kind of bright, you know, I want to look like a Daz advert. So I brought the exposure up I made the contrast a bit lower. When you make higher contrast, the shadows are more prominent. But if you decrease the exposure, if you decrease the contrast, then you don't have as many shadows. Saturation, yes, because I was wearing red as well, so I wanted the red to pop. If I decreased it, you see it kind of washes out my skin. And the red as well, it just looks kind of grey. But you increase that and it looks popping. This is like the biggest trick. If your photo has like the original photo had like a yellowy kind of look to it, decrease the temperature. So that is the blue and yellow one. You decrease the temperature and your stuff automatically looks more white. And that's it. So when I do a natural looking photo, that's literally all I do. I just do the exposure, highlights and shadows, and the temperature. Those are the main three ones to get a natural looking photo, but just better. I got a tickly in my throat and I'm just like, is that Rona? Yes. So with this photo, I don't know why, I think it was the thing I was posing on. It just gave me this kind of vintage kind of vibe. And I just had the vision, I was like, okay, I want to make it look very like a vintage photo. Like this could have been taken in the 80s or 90s. So say I want to go with this one. I like this one. I'm going to keep it at 12 just because it really washes out the background. It gives it more of a vintage feel. Decrease the exposure. Then you want to up the saturation just a little bit because it washes out your skin. Bring the shadows up because it gives it that kind of like one-dimensional look. If I'm going for like a really grainy photo because I want it to look vintage, you want to increase it like this, so I've got it on 8, which is very excessive, as you can see. So this is like a really nice, and now it looks like super vintage. It's really nice. The last thing I want to do is just fade it ever so slightly, just because again I want to have that vintage feel. I want it to have like a little bit like, oh, this photo, oh, it's dusty, and then it's finished. It's great. Again, you screenshot it because this is a filter I haven't paid for. Screenshot it. So as you can see, take a shot every time a shot says as you can see. My phone is, I'm so sorry, I lost my iPhone 11 on holiday, and this iPhone 7 Plus is not the one. And just like go on the editing apps and play with it until it kind of brings what's in here to here, you know? That's how I really gathered myself, and I got my Instagram feed to be what it is today. I'm so proud of it. Like, I'm so proud of my Instagram. So I hope these tips have been helpful. I know I'm talking a lot, but this is a talking video. Got my pictures together, and you know, it's not professional photos. We take them on our iPhones. If you have an Android, I can't help you. But we're an iPhone family in this house. Doable set. If I can do it, you can do it. You know, I'm not having that. I'm not having that. Oh, I can't do it. I can't do it. No, none of that. You guys can do it. You will. But even if you don't do all of the 5 steps, like, you don't have to do every single one of them. Yeah. So I really hope this has been helpful. Like, subscribe. Let me know if this helped at all. Because I want people to thrive. Let me know if it helped and all of that stuff. Thank you.